Hey, good afternoon. This is Mike Sasser, and welcome to another edition of the Health Hour right here on Lone Star Internet Radio. I am coming to you live from downtown Conroe, and it's a pretty day out there. I kind of like to start almost every show off like this because it's just a pleasure to be here in the studio, to be live, downtown. We had the shades open today, so checking it out. It is hot out there, very hot, and I'm going to be talking about a very serious issue today, and that is dehydration. Because of the heat, because of the humidity, and we just checked, and the heat index out there, or what they call the feel-like temperature nowadays, is 105 degrees. So that is extreme heat. That's dangerous heat. So we're going to be talking about that coming up here in this next hour. And by the way, maybe you're just listening. The first show that you tuned into, the Health Hour. It's 1 hour. It's every Wednesday, at 1 p.m. And it's a health hour or hour of news, health news that you can use. I like to find different topics and subjects that are local to the community here in Montgomery County and surrounding areas, if you will. Who am I? Well, I authored a book some time back, and that book is titled Simple, Inexpensive, Painless Weight Loss, and quite honestly, that's how we got here. I came on a couple of different shows that are here on Lone Star, and was talking about my book and some nutritional values and just health tips in general, and lo and behold, boom, here we go. Now we have my own show going on, so it's pretty cool. That's how we got here. So how do you get in touch? How do you get involved with the Health Hour? Let's say you have a question for me, or you have a comment, or hey, maybe even you have an ideal or something for an upcoming show. Then how do you get in touch with me? Well, the easiest way is my website. It's www.mikesasser, and that's MIKE. SASSER, and by the way, those are all S's in Sam. Sometimes people say, well, I guess I say it sometimes and it sounds like I'm saying the letter F, but it's actually S. S is in Sam. So MikeSasser.com. You go to that website and you'll find a contact Mike link there on the left side. I guess it's the left side. I don't know if you're on your mobile phone, or a mobile device, maybe it's you have to scroll down, or a lot of times it's right up at the top there. But anyway, look for Contact Mike, and it's a link. You click on that, and boom, you have my email right there in front of you. You have my Facebook. I'm on Facebook, and so you have my Facebook link. You can hit me up directly on Facebook. I also do a little bit of Twitter. I'm not like a huge Twitter guy, tweeting out every 10 minutes or so, but I do have a Twitter account, and I do check it. It comes straight to my phone. So if you're into Twitter, then you can tweet me a question or comment, and get directly in touch with me right there. With social media, it's just number one, it's everywhere, and that's what I love about this is we're on the air, so to speak, but we're internet, and you can, anywhere you have internet, you can listen to the Health Hour, or for that matter, any other great show that's here on Lone Star Community Radio. So, let's say you're over in Louisiana or wherever. Hey, if you have internet, you can listen. But it's everywhere. It's instant. It's available, and great way to stay in touch. So that is what the Health Hour is about. That's what Mike Sasser is about. So I appreciate your tuning in. Let me tell you a little bit about what I have going on the show today. And first up, again, this is important because we are now mid-July. The heat is on. I mean, if you're outside, I don't have to tell you that. You know that it's hot. But it's a dangerous time of the year, and it's going to be here. I mean, we're in Texas, and, when it gets hot, it just stays hot for a while. I mean, at least through probably August. I mean, even into September, you still have some hot months. So, you combine the air temp with the humidity in the air, you come up with the feel-like temperature, they say nowadays, and that is what is dangerous, is the feel-like temperature. So I'm going to talk a little bit about heat exhaustion and ways to prevent it. And then I found a really neat article, and I'm going to talk about America's worst restaurant salads. And when I say worst, I'm not talking about taste-wise. I'm talking about nutrition-wise. Because think about it. You go to a restaurant. You're trying to be good. You're trying to stay on your on your diet. On your let's say you're on a weight loss journey, as I have been my entire life. You order the salad, and you think, well, I'm eating healthy, right? Well, I am going to share with you some salads in some popular restaurants that are also local here. They might be restaurant chains, but they're local in our area. So chances are you probably do dine at some of these places. And I'm going to tell you what salads actually have in them as far as nutrition-wise. And some of these are going to shock you because they shocked me. And then I am going to do one of my weekly reports, if you will, on restaurant inspection reports, and these are the health inspection reports that are here. They're done in Montgomery County by the fine folks at Montgomery County Health Department. They go out, they inspect all the restaurants, in the area, and they grade them. They grade them on a looks like a kind of a score of I don't know if it's 0 to 100, but 0 being the best, and then anything below that is they found some type of issue or concern, and the inspector essentially wrote them up, or at least brought that to their attention so they can fix that, and that is all in the interest of our overall health when we dine at these restaurants. And then I'm going to wrap up the show with I stopped at, let's see, where did I stop at? I stopped at Fiesta grocery store today on the way in, and picked up one of their weekly grocery ads. I'm going to thumb through that literally while we're on the air, and check out some maybe healthy choices that are on sale today. Now, I don't really share the prices and things like that. I just point out some foods that are in the sales paper that will maybe help keep you and your family healthy and safe and good out there. So that's what I've got coming up for you today on the Health Hour. Now, again, let me just jump right in. I'm gonna dive in. And one more time, if you do want to get in touch with me, again, you're listening on internet, so just a couple of clicks away, and you can get in touch with me. And again, MikeSasser.com, and then contact Mike, and email, Facebook, Twitter, and it all comes right to my phone, sitting here, about 2 foot from me there. So yeah, that's how you get in touch with me. Okay. All right. Again, heat-related illness is what we call it. Heat stress, you may have heard of, but it's basically when the body can no longer handle the heat. It can't cool itself off. Like I said, it's brought on by the air temp combined with the humidity, and as you know, we have a lot of that right now. I am looking at this is called a OSHA Quick Card, okay, and the OSHA is a part of the Department of Labor and Occupational Safety and Health Administration. So if you wanted to go to their website and find this card that I'm looking at, as well as a lot of other safety information out there, just go to www.osha, that's OSHA.gov. And a lot of great information on there. But this is pertaining to heat stress. So what is heat stress? Well, again, it's when the body is unable to cool itself by sweating, which that's kind of our air conditioner, if you will. And then several heat-induced illnesses such as heat stress or even heat exhaustion, come into play, as well as then you're getting into a real dangerous area, heat stroke. And if it's bad enough, this can even result in death. And there are people that die from being exposed to extreme heats, which we're going through. All right. So, what are the factors leading to heat stress? Well, again, high temperature, humidity. All right. Direct sunlight. If you are out there working in, let's say, in construction or the road work, I came from oil and gas industry. A lot of these guys are exposed out there on these drilling rigs in direct sunlight and heat and stuff like that. So direct sunlight. All right. Here's another one: physical exertion and poor physical condition. So let's say you are a little bit overweight. You are, you got a couple extra pounds on there, or you're not used to being out in the heat. These things are against you if you're working in the heat, and they can lead to heat stress. So, all right, what are some of the symptoms? How do you know that you're beginning to feel this heat, a heat stress situation come on? Headaches, dizziness, just plain lightheadedness. You're just maybe quite not hitting on all cylinders, not thinking clearly. Fainting. Now, fainting again. That again, you're getting into some serious area there. So, all right. The weakness or moist skin, and we always kind of said the clammy skin. Mood changes. A lot of people don't think about this, but mood changes. Let's say somebody's very irritable or frustrated, and maybe even confused. That can be a symptom of heat exhaustion. All right, and then of course, if you have upset stomach or vomiting, that could very well be heat stress coming on as well. All right. And again, okay, this is heat stress or exhaustion. Now, symptoms of heat stroke, and again, now we're talking about an elevated level. Now we're talking about really, you're getting into some dangerous territory. And this is where your skin is dry, it's hot, and if you stop sweating and you're out in this type of weather, you're in trouble. I mean, to be honest with you, all right, mental confusion or losing consciousness, certainly, and even seizures can be brought on by, again, heat stroke, because at this point you are definitely on your way into some serious issue there. All right, how do we prevent all this from happening? Well, the biggest thing, and I used to say this all the time, was hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. All right. First off, know the signals, know the symptoms of heat-related illness, which we just talked about. Okay, monitor yourself, but not only that. Look, if you're out there working in it, if you're out there even recreational, on your boat or whatever you're doing, monitor the people around you. Look out for your coworkers. Look out for your friends. Okay, check to see how they're going. All right, if possible, get out of the block direct sunlight, or other heat sources. Use cooling fans or air conditioning. Try to get out of the, again, direct sunlight or heat. Try to take, if it's nothing more than a 2 or 3, 4 minute break, try to get in a shade. Try to get in air conditioning or something like that. All right. Drink lots of water. And again, this is recommended by OSHA here, but it says about 1 cup every 15 minutes. But if you're out there and you're really doing some physical work, I mean, just carry water with you. I mean, I've always heard that, don't wait until you're thirsty in this kind of heat to drink. Just continually hydrate yourself, okay? Wear lightweight, light-colored, loose-fitting clothes, okay? And here's a big one. Avoid alcohol, caffeinated drinks, and heavy meals. And one of them that I like to throw in there is energy drinks, okay? All of these things will contribute to you dehydrating much quicker than you should. One other thing, and a lot of people don't realize this, but is the color of your urine. We used to have guys that, or folks out there on the rig. There's ladies out there too. Monitor. The darker your urine, that is a symptom of dehydration. You just don't have the adequate amounts of fluids in your body to sustain yourself. So again, be very careful out there. You want to if you have to be out there, try to take breaks, hydrate. Look out for yourself. Look out for the people around you. And again, all of this information is available at the OSHA site, which is www.osha.gov. So be careful out there. Be safe. We're going to take a little break right here. And when we come back, we're going to jump right back into the health hour. So, hey, come on back.
Lone Star Community Radio is FM. That's right. Set your radio dials and your button presets to Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1, coming in June of 2016. To celebrate this edition and the addition of video versions of our talk and music shows on YouTube, cable TV, and Our City TV, we are offering special sponsorships rates, which include free audio spots that are played throughout our broadcast. Interested? Check out our sponsor rates for shows just like the one you're listening to online at irlonestar.com/sponsor or call the station at 936-647-5747. Reaching the people of Montgomery County with Montgomery County's community radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
Hey, welcome back to the Health Hour. I'm Mike Sasser. I am your host of this show, and guess what? This show is on every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on Lone Star Community Radio. You know, how do you find it on? How do you find Lone Star Community Radio? In case you want to check out my show and many other good shows, great shows here on the station. Well, let me give you that address. I mean, I am full of website addresses. I know that, but you know, that's how we live in today's world. Everything is links and addresses, and just a couple of clicks away, and you can do it on your phone or your mobile device, your PC at home, your laptop at work, wherever you are. You can even get on the internet and on airplanes nowadays. So the internet is definitely the way to go. So how do you check out Lone Star Community Radio? Go to www.irlonestar.com. And there's the web page. There's all the shows, and as a matter of fact, all the shows. I think all the shows, but anyway, I know that this show, the Health Hour, is podcast. So every show is taped and made available via podcast, and you just find that under the archives, and you can check out my previous shows. If you're just tuning in, you missed the first segment. We talked about heat-related illness or heat stress, which is very important in the summertime. The podcast, it'll be up, and you can find it on Lone Star Community Radio as well as MikeSasser.com. And that's the way you get in touch with me. I mean, that's my direct line, if you will. www.mikesasser.com. Contact me. You have email there. You have Facebook. You have Twitter. All of that comes directly to me. Comes directly to my phone. So you have direct contact to me right there. Okay, so you can check the podcast. And by the way, hey, if you're looking to sponsor the Health Hour or any show here on Lone Star Community Radio, get in touch with us. We'd love to talk to you about being a sponsor of the show and let you know what all that's about and everything. So again, every Wednesday at 1 p.m., the Health Hour. It's an hour of health news you can use. And today's show, like I said, the lineup, we talked a little bit about heat stress, and I found this really neat article on the restaurant salads, and I think it was about 20 of them, but I looked at about 10 of them that are restaurants that we have here in the local area, in Montgomery County area, and these are, when I say worst salad, again, I'm not talking about how they taste or anything like that. I'm talking about nutritional value-wise, okay? And if you're interested in looking at this, and this is a neat website and book as well. It's Eat This, Not That, okay? And so you can Google that, and I'm sure you can probably find this article here. But anyway, so you're going to the restaurant, and you want to eat healthy. You want to stay on track, possibly with a weight loss plan. So you look at a salad and you're thinking, it's chicken and salad food and stuff like that, and it should be healthy for you, right? You're not eating that big old juicy hamburger and load of French fries and everything, So you think the salad is the way to go. Well, here is this was surprising to me, and this is why I wanted to share it with you. So, not necessarily in any certain order here. And again, I'm not picking on these restaurants. I'm passing along some information to you. Okay, so let's say you go to Burger King. All right, go to Burger King and you order the bacon cheddar ranch tender crisp chicken salad. Okay, here's what you get. And again, I'm not talking about taste or anything, all right? Nutrition-wise, you're getting 720 calories in this one salad. But here's the deal. 50 grams of that is fat, okay? 13 grams is saturated fat, All right, that is not not so much a good fat for you. Okay, and the big thing is sodium, and this is I found this throughout all of these salads. This is before you ever pick up the salt shaker. Okay, this is before you salt it yourself. This is what's in the salad. Okay, this salad at Burger King, this bacon cheddar ranch crispy tender crisp chicken salad has 1,960 milligrams of sodium in it. Okay, the recommended allowance by the World Health Organization is 1,500 milligrams is good. Okay, 2,400 milligrams is about where you need to kind of cut it off, if you will. All right, anything above that, you're not doing yourself any good. And Americans are eating 4-5 times the amount of sodium per day that they need, and this is bringing on hypertension, is bringing on many other health-related issues. So again, why am I doing this? If you're eating salads, you think you're doing good, but maybe not. You may want to go online and check these nutritional values out for yourself. Okay. Again, kind of reading back off of here, you have some 5 grams of fiber in there, 7 grams of sugar, not too bad really. Okay, and it does have 36 grams of protein, which that would be the chicken, and protein is definitely good for you. Okay, so all right, that's Burger King. Okay, Applebee's Oriental chicken salad. First off, that sounds good, right? Okay, nutritional value wise, all right, 1,420 calories. So okay, let's say that you're on a 2,000 calorie a day diet. You're already 2/3, you're already 3/4 of the way by eating this one salad. Okay, so 99 grams of fat, 15 grams of saturated fat, 1 gram of trans fat, which you totally want to stay away from. Okay, all right, 1,530 milligrams of sodium. And then the good news is, all right, the good news is it does have 11 grams of fiber. It has 39 grams of protein. Again, Applebee's Oriental chicken salad. But and I'm guessing that it's the Oriental sauce that they're using, or the sauces they put on it. This one salad has 42 grams of sugar. That is more than a regular Coca-Cola. That's more than that is more than even some of the sugary energy drinks out there in the salad that you think that you're doing good, by eating. So again, research the nutrition values of these salads at the restaurants that you're looking at. Here's another one, McDonald's. Okay, I mean, let's face it, we all go to McDonald's at some point in time. So again, you're trying to be good. McDonald's has a crispy chicken Southwest salad with Southwest dressing. So so the dressing comes with it. Again, you're not putting anything extra on a salad. All right. Nutrition wise, all right, 160 calories, not so bad. 34 grams of fat, 8 grams saturated fat. All right. Okay. Sodium, once again, 1,090 milligrams of sodium. You are almost a half a day's worth of sodium there in this one salad. Okay, 12 grams of sugar. And by the way, sugar, recommended amount of sugar is at about 25 grams of sugar a day. All right, roughly 6 teaspoons. And that, by the way, that can be natural sugars or added sugars. Certainly, the fructose and added sugars that these companies put in foods to make them taste better is much worse for you than, let's say, the natural sugar that you get in fruits and sugary, like watermelon, things like that. Because as long as you eat it in its natural state, you have the fiber and you have the other nutrients in that fruit to help break down that sugar. These added sugars, they go straight to your waistline or wherever else that you have an issue when we're talking about weight loss or weight gain. Okay, moving on. All right, Chili's, pretty popular place around here. They have a quesadilla explosion salad. Sounds pretty good, right? All right. Calorie wise, 1,430 calories. Okay, again, think about it. If you're on a 2,000 calorie a day diet, you're almost there with this one salad. 96 grams of fat, 28 8 grams saturated fat. Okay. Here we go. Ready? 2,420 milligrams of sodium. This one salad at Chili's, you have a day's worth of sodium already before you ever eat anything else. You have basically eaten the amount of sodium that you should, that's recommended that you consume on a daily basis. Incredible. 18 grams of sugar. This one salad almost maxes you out on sodium as well as sugar. Okay. I'm not sure if this one gets the worst salad award yet, but let's cruise on down the list here. All right. Another popular place is Hooters. Okay, Hooters chicken Caesar salad, 890 calories, 77 grams of fat, 14 grams of saturated fat. Again, this one has 1 gram of trans fat. All right. This one, sodium wise, is again off the chart. 2,630 milligrams of sodium. A whole day's worth of sodium right there in that one salad. Okay. You have 3 grams of sugar. Hey, that's not so bad. And then 35 grams of protein. Okay. Now, check this out. Chick-fil-A. And I know many people love Chick-fil-A. I mean, every time I pass by Chick-fil-A, the drive-through line is full, the parking lot's full. So you're in Chick-fil-A, you're trying to do good, you're trying to stay on track. So you order the Cobb salad with avocado, lime, ranch, and ranch dressing. Okay. Nutrition-wise, you have 820 calories, 60 grams of fat. Okay, that's 60 grams of fat derived from those calories. 12 grams saturated fat. Again, sodium, 1,970 milligrams of sodium. Are you getting what I'm saying here? Almost all of these have just tremendous amounts of sodium or salt before you ever salt them. Well, you get a salad. What do? You put salt and pepper on it, right? So you're adding more salt to these these amounts of sodium that is already there. All right. So looking at the sugar, you have 8 grams of sugar. All right. Hey, the good news: 41 grams of protein. Now I have a couple of more here. So I tell you what, come back. We're going to finish this list and share this information with you. So come on back, Health Hour, right here. We're going to take a break and be right back.
Lone Star Community Radio is on FM. That's right. Set your radio dials and your button presets to Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1 coming in June 2016. To celebrate this edition and the addition of video versions of our talk show and music shows on YouTube and cable TV, we are offering special sponsorship rates, which include free audio spots that are played throughout our broadcasts. Interested? Check out our sponsor rates for shows just like this one you're listening to right now online at irlonestar.com/sponsor. Or call the station at 936-647-5747. Reaching the people of Montgomery County with Montgomery County's community radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
Hey, welcome back to the Health Hour. I'm Mike Sasser. I'm your host of this weekly show here on Lone Star Community Radio, and appreciate you listening in today. I believe we have a pretty good show for you, and we've done a lot of other good shows. And where can you find those shows? Podcast. All the shows are available to you via podcast at Lone Star Community Radio website. That's www.irlonestar.com, as well as my website, mikesasser.com. And you can catch all of my latest news and podcasts there on my website, as well as get in contact with me. That's right. You can directly contact me. You go there, you click on, contact Mike, and by email, by Facebook, by Twitter, all of those are just links there. I mean, you're sitting there, sitting out there with your phone. All of these are just like clicks away, and boom, you can instantly be talking to me, through the internet. It's just a cool thing, which means that we are a community radio station. This is a community radio show, but literally anywhere in the world you could be listening where they have internet at. So I think that's just a really, really cool thing. So today's Health Hour, I'll tell you what, we just a little quick recap here. We talked about heat exhaustion, and I'm currently talking about restaurants with the worst salads Now, again, I'm not talking about how they taste or anything like that. I'm talking about the nutritional values of salads because, let's face it, especially if we go to a fast food place, and we do. I mean, I do. We do. I'm constantly working on my weight, and that's kind of how I got here. Authored a book, health on helping people lose weight and actually maintain their weight loss, which that was always my biggest problem. But I've been able to do that for 2 years now. So I said, well, let me pass this on to other people, and I wrote a book. It's out there, simple, inexpensive, and painless weight loss. You can Google that. It's all the information again is on my site. So check it out. But so I know how it is. You go to a restaurant, you want to be good, you want to be eating right, and so you order the salad, and you don't really maybe know exactly what's in there. So we went through about half of the list already, and so I'm going to continue on. These are restaurants that they are maybe chain restaurants, but they're all located here in our community. So chances are you definitely eat at one of these restaurants, if not several of them. So all right, here we go. Panera Bread. All right, so Panera has this salad. It's called the Panera Power Kale Caesar Salad with chicken. Now, you hear kale, you hear chicken. I mean, you think automatically healthy. Panera Bread. That's kind of their model, if you will. So let's look at the nutrition values. All right, 600 calories. Okay, not so bad. 40 grams of fat, 16 grams of saturated fat. And here is my concern for all of these salads when I started looking at this. The sodium amount in this salad at Panera is 1,280 milligrams of sodium. So, again, as we recommended 25 milligrams as a tolerable level of sodium per day that we should take in. You're halfway there by eating this one salad. And again, before you put any salt on it, you add any salt to it. It's in the salad. All right. 2 grams of sugar, not so bad. And then, of course, the chicken in there throws in 29 grams of protein. That's the good part. Another pretty popular restaurant is Red Lobster, and they have a thing called Red Lobster Classic Caesar Salad with grilled salmon. Okay, well, everybody hears that buzzword salmon nowadays, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying salmon is bad for you, but I'm saying just listen to what they make these salads sound very healthy, very good for you, and certainly they want them to taste good. Nutritional value in this Red Lobster salad is 830 calories, 65 grams of fat, 13 grams of saturated fat, and then 0.5 grams of trans fat. Now, that trans fat, again, that's something that you totally want to try to stay away from if at all possible. Now, 0.5 grams, okay, that's very small. But again, if you can stay away from it, stay away from it. Sodium count in this salad is 1,380 milligrams of sodium. Again, raw, almost half a day's sodium right there. And let's see, 4 grams of fiber, 3 grams of sugar, so that's not so bad. If you go to Wendy's and you order their Caesar salad, you're going to get 790 calories, 51 grams of fat, 16 grams of saturated fat, 1 gram of that trans fat, there it is again, 1,670 milligrams of sodium, okay? And they added this one in here, 42 grams of carbs. Just let's say you're looking out for your carbohydrates and stuff. And there's some diets out there that you have to count carbs and everything. Well, this salad, 42 grams of carbs. Okay, 6 grams of sugar, and then 42 grams of protein. All right. Last but not least, and we have football season coming up, and so this place is going to be popular. Buffalo Wild Wings. They have a salad they call Mediterranean salad with lemon pepper chicken. Sounds delish, right? Nutrition-wise, 1,110 calories, 74 grams of fat, 18 grams of saturated fat. Okay, this one, in my mind, gets the worst salad of the day award. Okay, again, nutrition-wise, all right, it may taste great, but this salad has 4,000 4,230 milligrams of sodium. That is almost 2 days worth of salt that you are consuming in this salad, without eating anything else, without even picking up the salt shaker and adding a little more salt to it. 4,230 milligrams of sodium in this salad. Okay. Again, they mention this. I guess it's worth mentioning. 70 grams of carbs. All right. 23 grams of sugar. This thing has almost a day's worth of sugar, much less 2 days worth of sodium in it. Okay. And then, hey, it does have pepper chicken, so it has 52 grams of protein. All right. So when you're out there in these restaurants, like I said, many of these are chain restaurants. You can go to their websites. You can look up their nutritional values on a lot of the dishes. A lot of research that, and actually have in mind what know what you're going to order when you go to the restaurant. And that way, you can protect yourself from some of this stuff. Because believe me, they're going to make it sound good. They're going to make it sound healthy. And again, the main concern that I have with all of these is the sodium amounts. A couple of them had quite high sugar amounts in them as well, but that sodium again is just bringing on a lot of health issues here in this country as well as other places. So be aware of that, okay? And while we're on the subject of restaurants, like to just go ahead and jump right into my restaurant reports here. All right. And I like to start with always like to start with a positive. Okay. And by the way, restaurant reports, these are local restaurants here in Montgomery County. They are inspected by the health inspectors, that work here for Montgomery County. And they go around, think about it. Montgomery County is a big place, but they go around to all of these restaurants. They inspect them for health issues. They make sure they're clean. They make sure they're sanitary. Make sure their employees are following all the health rules and guidelines and all that kind of stuff for our safety, for our health while we're eating out at these places. So I want to start with the positive, okay? And what I'll probably do today, just to keep you in suspense, I'm gonna share with you the ones that did 100%. Okay, in other words, their score was 100%, no issues whatsoever while the inspector was there. Okay, and then I can't believe it, but we'll probably be coming up on a break time and take a break, and then we'll come back and we'll look at the ones that maybe didn't do so well. So, all right, here's the ones that scored 100%. Okay, and this is kind of neat because this week. This popped out to me, and okay, I know I know the show is a health hour and all, but again, these are all fast food places for the most part. So I still want to give them a pat on the back. Okay, so first one is Jack in the Box here in Willis. That's right there off the freeway. 100% they scored. All right, Subway on Highway 105 here in Conroe also scored 100%. And by the way, these reports are recent because they're from last week. Okay, so every week I get these reports. Pies chicken on I-45 in the Woodlands, 100%. All right, and then Taco Bell on Six Pines there in the Woodlands scored a 100%. So again, kudos to these guys for keeping things on the up and up, keeping things clean and and safe for us consumers out there who eat at these places. And that's a good job on that. So what I would like to do, I'm going to take a little break, maybe pay a few bills around here. All right. And when we come back, we're going to take a look at the restaurants in the area that didn't do so well. So, hey, come on back because you might be eating at one of these places. All right. So
Want to check out what it's like to be on the radio? Need credit for school? For an internship? Then contact Dick online at dick@irlonestar.com. Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's community radio station, and we are here to be part of the community.
Hey, welcome back to the Health Hour. I'm Mike Sasser, and once again, let me tell you about the show, just in case you're tuning in. First show you've listened to, the Health Hour, is a local show. Number one, we're right here live in downtown Conroe, coming to you, Lone Star Community Radio, and it's a community First off, it's a community radio station, and this is a community show. I look at things in and around the community, as well as do some research and study different maybe health tips, things like that. Going across the nation, to inform you, to keep you and your family healthy, safe, and just overall well-being. Because life, life might as well be lived, being happy and being healthy. If you have that going for you, you're doing awesome. So that's what the health show is, Health Hour is all about. And got a little tagline here. It's like this hour of health news you can use. I like that very much. Okay, how do you get in touch with me? Let's say you want to send me a comment. You want to send me a question. Well, direct line to me is my website, which is mikesasser.com. You go there. There's a little link. Contact Mike. All right. My email's there, Facebook's there, Twitter's there, and shoot me your message, and I'll get back to you. I will. Okay. And again, who's Mike Sasser? I'm a local guy. I live right here in Montgomery County, and I'm an author. I wrote a book, Simple, Inexpensive, Painless Weight Loss, and that's kind of how this radio show came about. I like trying to get information out there to help people, and just keep everybody in overall well-being, as you will. And that's what I do. That's what I offer on the show here. And so far we've talked about heat exhaustion, the dangers of it, and how to avoid it. We talked about the salads that are served in the restaurants, and some of the worst ones. And again, I'm not talking about taste. I'm talking about nutrition value in these salads. Okay. We started in the restaurant reports, and I shared the local restaurants that have scored 100%. And by the way, if you missed all that, how do you get that? How do you listen to the Health Hour? Right, podcast. It's all podcast. Okay, and you can catch that on my website. You can catch it on the Lone Star Internet Radio website. It's www.irlonestar.com. All right, and I know I kind of put out a lot of websites out there, but hey, that's how we live. That's how we live. We live by our phones. We live by our computers. It's all convenient. It's all right there for us. So, all right, continuing with the restaurant reports. Okay, and again, these are the health inspections that Montgomery County does in our local restaurants for us. Okay, the not so good. Okay, restaurants for the week. Okay, for the week is number one, Krabby Daddy. All right, that's their just Rayford Sawdust area there. Scored at 82%. And it looks like they mainly just kind of needed some repairs, repairs to sinks and some floor tiles and things like that, stuff like that. So they scored 82%. All right. And then I am probably not going to pronounce this right, but Uma Grill and Sushi in Magnolia, okay, scored a 78%. And again, this is why the inspector's there. They do the inspection. They write up a report. And all these reports are available to you as well. If you go to this restaurant, you can go and you may have to ask the manager, but you can request to see their local health inspection, okay, their local county health inspection. And if they don't have that displayed, they should be able to share that with you. And so it's there. It's basically public information if you request it. All right. So what was happening there? Well, they had the employees working with no hair restraint, and we all know what can happen, with that situation there. So okay. And here's another Chinese place here. This is a Mi Wei in Magnolia. They scored at 87%. Okay. Now this is something that I may be a little concerned about. All right. One of the notations on the report was flies in the kitchen due to the back door being open. So, all right, come on. That's a pretty easy fix. Just close the back door, all right? But definitely would raise some concern if you're eating that place, And again, I'm sure these people work hard to, address these issues and do the best job they can. All right. Here we go. The restaurant of the week, though, as far as not doing so good, okay, is Mario's Mexican Restaurant. That's off of Rayford. They scored a 69%. And one of the highlights, I guess, off the report was dirty knives and in the kitchen being used, and then the food not being labeled properly as far as like dates and stuff like that. I mean, so things to watch out for. Okay, and again, a lot of this is available to you at the restaurants. All you have to do is just request them. Okay, moving on. All right. Gonna wrap up the show today with the weekly grocery store ads. And if you don't know about this, the ads come out every Wednesday, so that's why I think it's a good thing to do. I stopped by Fiesta today, and one of the things I saw is they have red seedless grapes on sale. And grapes, again, a lot of antioxidants, a lot of health benefits to you. I thought about this. I'll share with you. All right, if you drink red wine, if you're a wine drinker out there, here's a little tip that I read about. Being red wine is usually served, at kind of room temperature wise, but being that we're having 100-degree days, a lot of people will put an ice cube or two in it, and to cool it down some. All right, here's something I saw or read not long ago. Red grapes, freeze them, okay? Just put them in your freezer, freeze them, drop them in your red wine, and let them serve as cooling down your wine. It's not going to water down your wine. So there you go, ladies. There's the wine tip of the day, okay? All right. Just looking through it, and again, I'm looking at the Fiesta ad here. They have a really great sale on a bunched spinach. Everybody loves spinach. Everybody knows that spinach is good for you, and so they have a really good sale on that as well. You might want to go down there and see those guys. All right, and quite a few sales on fish. They have tuna steaks. They have mai salmon. One thing you want to look out for when you're buying fish is try to find out if it's farm raised or wild caught. You want to try to stay with wild caught as best possible because of course it's just going to be cleaner. All right, so there you go. If you're going out to the grocery store, and make you a list and check it twice, and look out for those healthy choices out there. All right, and I would like to thank you. I mean, I can't believe it. Time's almost up here, but I'd like to thank you for tuning into the Health Hour. Share it with your friends. Again, we're on the internet. We're on Facebook. Just share it out there. Let people know about the show, about the radio station, because we are on the internet. So that literally can be anywhere that people have internet. Okay, we do the show right here, the Health Hour, every Wednesday at 1 p.m. and it's a live show. So tune in next week, and I'll have a whole new show ready for you. And have a great week. This is Mike saying bye-bye.
Thanks for checking out this production on Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's radio station. For more information on this show and other shows on Lone Star, check us out online at irlonestar.com. If you're interested in sponsoring a program on Lone Star Community Radio and reaching the local audience of Montgomery County on FM, internet, and TV media, please call 936-647-5747 or contact us online at irlonestar.com. This recording is a Lone Star Community Radio production, produced by the show host and Dick Schisler of Lone Star Community Radio. Interested in volunteering as a music DJ or starting your own talk show? Contact Dick Schisler at dick@irlonestar.com or by phone at 936-647-5747.